Bueno, pues empezamos ya con la lectura teatralizada por parte de Irene, de Mar, de Violeta y de Cristina.
Sarah is a student. She's worried because she has to prepare a project about Cervantes and doesn't know how she can start. Now she's in her bedroom and suddenly...
Miguel de Cervantes at your service. This is impossible. What are you doing here? I know that you are studying about me this year. You have read about the things that I did in my life and the adventures I had. But have you learned anything from this? What do you mean? If you study the past, you can often learn about the present. I know that you are having a difficult time at school at the moment, but you shouldn't give up the things that you really enjoy. Think of my life, Sarah. I never gave up during the most difficult times.
I know. I was really impressed that you tried so many times to escape when you were a slave. But I don't understand.
Oh no, that wasn't the most difficult time of my life. Actually, that was easy.
Easy? How could that be easy?
It was easy because all I did was concentrated on escaping. The most difficult time in my life actually started when I became a free man.
I'm confused. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Why was it more difficult to be a free man than a slave?
I became a free man and then spent the last 22 years of my life trying to make a living as a writer. Many people didn't see that I had a talent for writing, so during 15 of those years, I had to take other jobs that I didn't like to make money.
You were a tax collector, weren't you?
Yes, I was responsible for collecting equipment and food for the Armada. I took extra grain and oil from people and institutions because I was given orders to do so by the Spanish authorities. I was even excommunicated from the church a couple of times.
Why?
When I saw that certain churches had more grain than they needed, I confiscated it for the Armada. This made the leaders of the churches very angry, so they excommunicated me.
That's not fair. But how could you be imprisoned unjustly so many times?
It was easier to put people into prison then, even if they were innocent. Let me give you an example.
One day, a man called Don Gaspar de Pereta was mortally wounded outside Cervantes' house. He and his wife brought him into the house. Don Gaspar loved to seduce women. One of his lovers was the wife of the man who had attacked him. His name was Galvan, and he was the mayor's friend. Instead of arresting Galvan, Cervantes' family was arrested. They spent a few weeks in prison until they were finally released because there was no evidence against them.
In spite of all the problems I had, I never stopped writing. I never gave up trying to be a successful writer.
But your plays were produced.
Yes, they were, but I never made enough money to be able to dedicate myself only to writing. I always had to return to tax collecting.
Well, Don Quixote was very popular. I'm sure you made enough money from its sales to live comfortably after that.
The strange thing is that I never expected that novel to be so popular. I sold the copyright to the publisher. He became rich and the money that I received finally ran out. I died a poor man, Sarah.
Sarah didn't know what to say. Compared with Cervantes' problems, hers didn't seem so bad.
Sarah, can you hear me? Sarah, it's late. You've been falling asleep, studying. Come on, get up and get into bed.
It was all a dream.
What did you say? Do you want to tell me about it?
Maybe tomorrow.
Sarah had always considered Cervantes to be a great writer, but she had never thought of him as a normal person with problems. It's difficult to imagine that he probably felt very frustrating during his lifetime. It's sad to think that he died without the success he deserved, but we must admire him for never giving up on his dreams. Next morning, Sarah's mother asked her,
"Did you have any more strange dreams?"
No, I slept really well, and I feel much better today. I've decided that I'm going to continue with the play and the independent project. I don't want you or Dad to worry about it. I'll be fine.
I invite you to know more about Cervantes and his famous play Don Quixote de la Mancha. See you, making dreams, and don't forget, don't give up, although things seem to be difficult. Goodbye.